I have one short story and I'll let you go with just this bit of information. The word of the day is diversification, okay? I think we have two words of the day. One is perception and the second is diversification. Now when I talk about diversification, it means having multiple income streams, different things on your portfolio that bring you passive income. There was a very rich man. It's an old story. It's a very rich man who had 3 servants. This rich man was gonna go away on a trip, did not tell his servants when he'll be back, but said he'll be back at some point. The rich man gave the first servant 5 bags of silver. The rich man gave the second servant 2 bags of silver. And then the rich man gave the third servant 1 bag of silver. The rich man gave them no instructions on what to do with this silver. In that day, money, resource, whatever you might call it, this is what the rich man gave to his servants. So on his return, he would see what these 3 servants have done with their fortune. Long story short, this rich man returns back home to his servants, calls the first servant into his room and asks him, "What have you done with what I left you?" The first servant says, "Master, here is your 5 bags of silver. I was able to double this resource, and I have the same 5 bags of silver today that you've left me." The rich man was ecstatic, surprised, and praised the servant for his work and said, "With these resources, I shall give you more, because I can see with this small responsibility, you're able to handle a lot more." But the second servant seemed a lot similar to the first. He only had 2 bags of silver, and what was he able to do? He told his rich master that he doubled the bags of silver. He was able to give his master 2 bags of silver and still had the 2 bags that his master gave him initially. His master was happy, ecstatic. Told him that because you were able to take care of what I gave you, I will give you more. Now the last servant. The last servant speaks to a lot of the people who are in this generation today. I'm just gonna tell you exactly what this sounds like before I tell you what his results were. The last servant came back with the same bag that the master initially gave him. The master was disappointed. I said, "But why? Why haven't you doubled what I've given you? Even lost it?" And the servant told him he was scared. He was scared to lose the resource. He was scared to lose the bag of silver. The master was disappointed and told the servant he was lazy and did not deserve anything else from him. I broke that down just so you can understand exactly what's going on. This is just like life in the perception, because this rich master did not tell any of the servants what to do with the resources, riches, what may have you. These servants decided that I have been bestowed an opportunity. I will not squander it. I have been bestowed talents that I dream of possessing. I will not waste time on sitting in fear. So the difference between the first 2 and the last servant was the first 2 understood the opportunity of the time and took action, while the last one didn't understand the opportunity, maybe because of perception, but whatever he perceived in that moment was fear. Fear to fail, so he did not make a move. And he got exactly what he manifested out of not making a move. just because he was scared to lose, he lost the respect of his master. Doesn't mean he won't have an opportunity with somebody else who will give him a shot just because he was so prudent on how he spent the money. But it just says a lot about the character of said person. So I'll leave you with that today, just so you can totally digest exactly what I'm saying in this message. And if you're looking for any more tips and tricks with me, subscribe, follow, send me a DM, and we are gonna get straight to business.